officially love Koh Lanta.
Yes, it is an amazing island actually. I've come to really like this place too. It has a great island feel to it. It's not that busy, especially at this time now. The beaches are really nice, and there's no airport. And well, actually we were talking to someone the other day that lives here, and the reason they came to live here, he said, is because it had no airport, no McDonald's and no Starbucks. So he says it's very authentic.
But yeah, I've come to fall in love with this place. We've spent the past day off the bike, relaxing, going to the beach, eating incredible food and just having like a really lovely time here on this island. And we actually just had breakfast over there at Grandma's house, which is fantastic and I highly recommend. A really interesting story as well. The family has been there since the 1800s, owning that building.
Apparently the grandfather, or the great-grandfather, built it when there was almost nothing on the island, and they've kept it in the family.
Which is lovely. And it had amazing sourdough bread, homemade, fresh. So good. But we're going to continue on now and go and grab the ferry back to the mainland and head along the coast until we find somewhere we want to stay tonight. We're not too sure, so we'll head off and see what we can find along this southwestern coast of Thailand. Let's go, Sean.
Okay. One last look at Old Town Koh Lanta.
It's so sweet. And just over on the other side there is the kind of like pier area, and the tide comes in and out. So all of these restaurants you see are actually on stilts, and you can see it. And there's also a shipwreck. It's not like a big shipwreck, it's like a little wooden boat that has been beached, and in the afternoon or in the evening you can see it a little bit better than in the morning because the tides change. But it does get super busy here in the afternoon, so I recommend coming in the morning or in the very late evening after sunset.
Yeah. And if you stay on this side, it's not so busy to stay because there is no beach really here. The beach is on the other side of the island, so this is a good day trip or maybe a place to stay for a couple of nights just to enjoy the area and then switch over to the other side. But the island itself is very small. You can ride from one side to the other in probably about 10 or 15 minutes. So wherever you stay is fine on this island.
Yeah, and there's loads of places to hire scooters and little 125s to go and explore, so you have no worries. I really like it here. I feel like I've really settled into my Southeast Asia vibe at this point. It's a very chilled trip from this point now. I feel like we worked for it, so it's been nice to take it slow. I mean, we basically had a 2-hour breakfast there chatting with the owners of Grandma's house, and they're at their little cafe and drinking coffee and picking up bananas whenever you want, and then jumping in the sea. It's such a lovely place to road trip and to do a motorcycle tour here in Thailand. So I'm interested to see how this west coast goes, because as we head down now, it's not so much on the backpacker route. I mean, a lot of people will get a fast ferry from here over to Koh Lanta, which is another beautiful island, one that I really would like to see one day. But we have a different plan, which I'll tell you about in a few days when we eventually cross over into Malaysia. We've got a cool little excursion planned for there. So yeah, from this kind of point on, when we're leaving the province of Krabi, it's going to be interesting to see how things change. I mean, you can see here from this side of the island, it's got a few resorts, but there's also still a lot of locals living here and living off the fishing, or probably also living quite a lot off the tourism. But it still has that, that authentic feel to it that sometimes Krabi misses. So this is the south coast of the island. When we arrived, we took the northern road, which was full of shops and hotels and restaurants because there's a lot more beaches on that northern coast. But the southern coast is a little bit more chilled and relaxed and more houses and a lot of greenery, and you can have rides like this. There's 2 roads, I think, that go over to the other side that you can take. But overall, the island itself is, like we said before, quite small but absolutely gorgeous.
heading over the bridge now. This is the same way we came up. You get a good view of the other part of the island, which I think is mostly forests and trees. There's not many roads through there, I don't think, so that's quite a bit of a nature reserve.
Okay.
Next one, next one. Maybe it's free.
Maybe.
Or is a little bike pay like last time?
Probably could have gone round the other way, I guess. Ice cream tuk-tuk is pretty cool.
Bit clearer today than it was, so I think it's 110 baht again to get to the other side. Your bikes pay at the end, I think.
Looks like we're in good time again.
Oh, here it is.
Oh. I can get off.
Sorry, could have got a bit closer. Foreigners 50 and a bike's 10, I think. Yeah, 110.
Sawadee ka. Kapun ka. Have a good day. Thank you. Here you go. Don't say I don't ever give you back the change.
Oh yeah, he's very generous today. 10 pence to change. Keep that ticket handy.
Will do. And now we wait. They are just unloading the ferry with all the other cars that have come from the mainland.
A bit more room this time than last time.
That's perfect.
It's only a 10-minute ferry, so don't get too settled in. But looks like we've got a great view today. Last time we came on this ferry was raining and very much overcast. So there's a nice cool breeze on the ferry today. We've just been having a look at hotels, places where we're going to stay tonight. I think we're going to aim to do about 250 kilometers, which will get us within an hour's ride of the border to Malaysia, which is quite handy for when we have to leave. Fortunately, hotel prices are very reasonable down in the south. We found a nice place close to the beach and is £19 a night. Good parking for Storm. I think it's actually covered parking, so it doesn't have to be in the sun. So we should get there before sunset easily today. We're going to do a slight detour through one of the national parks. There is a direct road there, but it looks quite boring and possibly quite busy. So we're going to try and get off that as much as possible. Put the route in Calimoto. It looks like it's got a half decent route to take us down there. So I think we'll be on the road for 3 hours and 30 minutes, which is not so bad at all. It's not too hot today. There's a nice cool breeze in the air as well.
We are trying to weave our way out.
Well, that's a good idea. I think that saved a bit of time.
It's not the time, it's the heat.
It's the heat.
Like you need to be moving in these suits. As soon as you stop, it's like jacket off, helmet off, even
water.
Sometimes pants. Like any form of breeze. But some of these transporters and sprinter vans, they really struggle getting on and off without scraping the front or the rear of their vans. They have to kind of do it on an angle.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Not the captain.
Don't want to stop on that. Welcome back to the mainland.
We are.
Where pad thai is 100 baht instead of 60.
Yeah. Pad Thai-flation.
Pad thai-flation, yeah.
That's
Basically,
it's a good
what was that?
prefabricated house, isn't it?
It is.
Just plonk that on some stilts and you're good to go.
It's funny, isn't it, how like your first week in a country you're finding your feet with prices and things, so you don't really know what's the going rate for stuff. But by the time you've been here for your third week, it becomes like, hey, that's expensive for a pad thai, even though it's still more than reasonable. Right, I think we've got a little bit of a faster stretch for a few kilometres and then we will head into that national park. Should we pull in here, Sean?
Yeah, we've got might as well tank up, get a drink, and then we're good for the rest of the day then.
Okay.
And there's a 7-Eleven. They're always great.
Got some, 95 have they got? Yeah.
Yes, please. They can normally tell you where to park. Not today.
Oh no, they're having a team meeting, it looks like.
Oh, team photo, by the way, yeah. I'm gonna photo bomb it by accident.
Alright. You fuel up and I'll go grab us a couple drinks from 7-Eleven.
Sounds good.
I'm stuck.
You're stuck.
There we go. Let's head into 7-Eleven and see what we can get. Sawadika. I think Sean and I have been drinking this very specific water. I actually think it's Japanese, but we found it here in these 7-Elevens and it tastes like coconut water, but it's not coconut water, so I'm hoping that they have it. But here are the selection of drinks. You can literally get anything and everything. Smoothies, juices, every type of Coke and iced tea that you could possibly ask for is in here, but this is the one that we like, this pH plus. It's 20 baht, so I'm gonna get one of those. I don't think Sean needs a protein drink just yet because we had such an awesome breakfast this morning, so I think I'll just grab us 2 waters.
We're back at the beach and we decided that it would be a good idea to get a beach photo shoot. So we put Storm on the sand there, and I can confirm that the Karoo 4s are much better in the sand than the K60 Scouts. In fact, I wish we'd had them on the Wakan and the Panmure, because it got quite deep here as it went out. I stood on it with my feet to test it first, but obviously the bike's a little bit more heavier than I am, and we sunk in a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. Getting up the hill was the tricky part. Em's 2-wheel drive assistance came in a bit handy there, but the Karoo 4s did just battle through, so quite impressed with them. And they're not even aired down for the sand, they're on the standard setting. Unfortunately, Storm does have a little bit of sand on him now, so it's not wet, it's not raining. I will give him a very good wash, but I think it was worth the photo because it was pretty awesome.
So that was Pak Meng Beach, which looked absolutely stunning, and I didn't see one tourist there, only locals. So
yeah. It was a big beach as well, didn't it? It seemed to go for like kilometers.
I can recommend this one if you're wanting to come for the day. It's I don't see so many hotels. I don't see so many hotels. Maybe there's a couple of guest houses, so yeah, really cool. And it is a weekend today, so I'm sure that it's a little bit busier with the locals because they're not at work.
There seems to be plenty of restaurants and seating areas to take the numbers as well. But we're going to ride along the coast just for over the next 20 minutes or so, and then we can head back inland.
Really starting to go south now.
We are, yeah. This looks like quite an operational fishing village here. All the boats. There's a abandoned one that's seen better days. That looks really awesome. I think it's for sale actually. That's quite a big project.
Gonna go around the world on a boat, Sean?
No chance. I'm trying to avoid boats if I can. I think we're in the province of Saton now, where we'll be staying tonight. Only 50 kilometers out. It's got mountainous and lush again. I have to say, this southern part of Thailand has been quite impressive. I think we did the right thing by powering through the centre bit.
It's just beautiful here. The ride today has been lovely. It's been on a faster road. A lot of the B roads just go down to a beach, which is lovely. But to kind of ride through on these roads and just be surrounded by all of the lush vegetation, and you can literally stop at a beach anywhere you want. But look at these, they're beautiful.
Oh, we have arrived. This is where we're going to be staying tonight.
Beautiful. Right on the sea.
It is, isn't it? It does feel a little bit more remote than the other places we've stayed. I guess the further south you get, the less people come here, I think.
Yeah, this feels really, really remote. We've hardly seen any scooters on the road that have not been locals. Oh, the beach is white sand. It looks beautiful.
Sunday today. Looks like all of the food markets are out. Smells pretty good, that.
Maybe we get in, get showered and come out for food. I'm quite hungry actually.
Yeah, we still got just over a kilometre to where we're staying. But
This market might last a kilometre by the looks of it.
It might do, mightn't it? It's the Pad Thai mile.
So this is Pakbara, I think it's called.
Pakbara. I think this is us, the Pakbara Resort.
That looks good.
It does, doesn't it? This was a grand total of £19 a night.
That's great.
I think there is an on-site cafe as well. I'm quiet.
We're not used to these big days anymore. We're used to chilled out, relaxed beach life.
Well, can resume that again now. Good ride today. Beautiful scenery and fantastic coastline. Carbon car? Yes, please. You going to do the honours, Em?
Yeah, I need our passports, I think.
There you go. Again, a quick turnaround this afternoon. We hadn't had any lunch today, so we headed straight out into town. And it's a very nice Thai restaurant here. I've gone for the tom yum soup, or like a curry. Tom referring to how it's cooked, so it's like a boiled dish, and the yum being like mixed. So we've got mixed vegetables in there, mushrooms, and I've got the tofu as well. It smells really good. This is a curry we've not had before. We've had quite a few in Thailand. There's so many more options other than the red or the green curry here, which has been great to explore while we've been here.
Yeah, this one is really traditional here in this part of Thailand, so I'm looking forward to trying it. You quite like soups. I think this one falls into like the sweet and sour style soups.
Yeah. We've asked for it not too hot either. That's quite fresh now.
Is it fragrant?
It is. It's not hot at all, so I think you'll like that one, Em. In fact, if we get it next time, we can probably go a little bit more spicy.
Well, as we only have a few days left here in Thailand, I have gone for pad thai again. Sean and I will split and share these two dishes, but so far the pad thais you really can't go wrong with, and they are just fantastic everywhere we go. This one, though, has a little bit more chili in it than normal. They said it's a little bit more spicy. Give it a try.
Looks well presented as ever. It's actually supposedly have a chef here from Bangkok, don't they? A big, like a
really quite famous chef that came here to start his own restaurant. So the food is fantastic, so fresh, really tasty pad thai. This.
How does this rate on the pad thai graph?
7 out of 10.
A 7.
7. Nothing has beaten my first ever pad thai in Thailand in Chiang Rai. That was my favorite I've ever had.
It's about 10 o'clock at night here at the Pakbara Resort, and we've suddenly had a gigantic thunderstorm strike the area, and there is some pretty heavy rain falling down there. It might rain all night. Hopefully it will stop by the morning, because tomorrow morning, quite an important day. We're actually leaving Thailand tomorrow, so this is our last night here in Thailand. The last 4 weeks have gone by really quickly. Tomorrow we're going to head to the border of Malaysia. I can't quite remember how far it is from here, but I'm thinking it's something like, it's somewhere between 80 and 100 kilometers. It's only an hour or so ride to get to the border. That's why we decided to stay in this location. We've got the Carnada passage, we've got that ready. We'll need that for the first time tomorrow to get into Malaysia. I think it's pretty straightforward. We've had a text from some friends of ours that went through the other day. We need to buy our Malaysian insurance, which we can actually do in Thailand, which will make the process a little bit simpler once we get there. But yeah, hoping that the rain is going to stop by tomorrow. It's been a great time here in Thailand, and yeah, we'll enjoy. Oh, that was a good strike of lightning there. Wait for the thunder, should be here soon. But yeah, hopefully the rain will have stopped by tomorrow, and we'll have a dry run to the border. There's nothing worse than waiting with your paperwork, getting your passport out when it's absolutely tipping down, because something will end up getting wet. But yeah, we're going to head to bed now, so join us in the next episode as we finally leave Thailand and enter Malaysia.